Om Sadashivasamarampham Shankaracharya Asmadacharya Patyamtam Parampara. All the other chanting has been done beforehand itself. Any questions, clarifications before we go ahead?
Yeah, Swamiji, I'm not very clear about the Sheshi Bhava. Like what
Okay.
is left over? I could not get that.
Okay. Sesa Sheshi Bhava is generally used with respect to an action or a study where you need to, what do you call, do two things at least, or more than one thing. And there's a connection between the two. One becomes part of the other. Okay? The second one, or the first one also becomes part of it. Okay? Supposing I were to tell you, to give you a worldly example. Okay? Having cut the vegetables, cook them. Now there are two actions here, cutting the vegetables and cooking them. So there is a Sesa Seshi Bhava. You cut the vegetables, kya karega usse? You're not going to eat the vegetables raw, even if you're a natural raw potatoes khayega. Raw brinjal, raw karela, even better. No, so cook them. So when a statement like that is made, that cooking becomes sesha for the cutting. A rough example, okay? There is a sesha sekshi. Yeah. Whereas now, in the first section, having done your yajnopavita, study the Veda. So studying the Veda is dependent on doing your yajnopavita. Sesha sekshi, some sort of sesha. Not exactly correct, but I'm giving you all examples that you all know. Now he's saying this bhava is not there with the first section and the second section of the Mimamsa. That you need not have done Dharma Jignasa before you do Brahma Jignasa. There is no Sesa Shekshi Bhava. One is not the part of the other. Therefore, that is not there. Therefore, even without having studied Dharma Jignasa, you can come in for Brahma Jignasa. Otherwise, none of us here are qualified for doing Brahma Jignasa. But that's why he said, Jnatum tu shakyate, Jignasitavyam tu shakyate, Jnatum tu shakyate. You can do the Jignasa Vichara, but you can also know the truth, even without Dharma Jignasa.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Any other questions? Clarifications? Yeah, but that doesn't mean karma vision. Not karma jignasa. Not that. Adhikaritvam is mandatory. That's why he said you have to go tell what is anantaryam. Anantaryam, what is necessary. Because when you say anantaryam, thereafter, this has to happen, then that will happen. What is that? This and that. It is not dharma jignasa. You have not done any dharma jignasa, but you come to it. At least here we can say we have some apata jnana. I was brought up in a Brahmin family, therefore I knew some. Matunga Brahmin family has brought. You can't avoid knowing something. If you, even if you don't want to know, you'll know. Or in a Brahmin family in Melapur, you have to know. You can't avoid it. Some argument like that can be given. What about a Japanese wanting to come and study? At least Japanese, there is some culture. Understand? What about a Brazilian? Carnival culture. Starting क्या अधिकारी तो भाई क्या नहीं बस yeah. But thereafter means adhikari. Doesn't care. You don't care how you have got it, as long as you have got it.
So Swamiji,
Yeah.
so the fact that the adhikaritvam is arrived at as being sadhana chatushtaya sampatti,
Yeah.
is it arrived at because that's what the pramana says, or by observation?
Both.
Both.
The second sabda the second atha makes that clear how it comes.
Okay.
Basically, adhikaritvam will come with maturity of living. The maturity of living. When you live a clean life, you live a good life. Now, when I say clean life, good life, I mean only dharmic concern. Amji, I had done a lot of mistakes in my life. Good. Very good. Amji, I walked the wild side a bit. Very good. Why? You've seen what adharma is also about. Achha hi hai. In fact, when you study dharma jignasa, you say, athato dharma jignasa. Then you repeat it, athato dharma jignasa. The second repetition is to know what is adharma. Because you better know what is adharma. Therefore, if someone comes and tells me, I walk the wild side of it, good. You know what the dharma is. Now you know what to avoid. You know what not to get into. Yeah, it's all messy. Correct. Walk away from it all. Now we have this image that if you have to be spiritual from childhood, you have to be very clean, holy, innocent. Such characters never reach in it. Goody. I won't come to Vedanta. You may be a good, now you can become a good priest in a temple. That's good. Good lakshana for a priest. Yeah. But not necessarily good lakshana for a student of Vedanta. I had a batchmate like that, very goody, this, that. As the course was over, the first girl he met, he fell in love with. He doesn't know what a relationship is, what is this. He didn't know anything. He had walked out of home after school. Those days, school days, we didn't get involved. Nowadays, school days also people get involved. Those days, school days, you wouldn't get involved. After that only, you get involved. 10 years later, even during school days, you would get involved. I know. Some of my students have been involved like that. The guy didn't know anything. He wanted to become a sadhu and things. Pariksha Lokana is not happening. Not that you can't gain moksha. Scenic route. Take the scenic route and come. You know? What is this family?
Swamiji,
Yeah.
one question. So when we do any Vaidika karma or like any puja and all that, which particular sadhana chatushtaya sampatti will that contribute to? Like, or
anything
is there...
can contribute to it. See, it is not that a puja is contributing to your sadhana chatushtaya. It is your attitudes and your learning from that. I did a puja. That is, I'm doing regular puja. I'm worshipping the Lord. Okay. So you have a lot of bhakti now. But unless that bhakti is extended to life, you are only a karmata. If you extend that bhakti to life, you will grow. So which puja or action, karma, will help me extend it to life? It's up to you. You can do Sandhya Vandanam, you can do any mantra, you can do any puja, Pauranikam, Vaidikam va. But unless that attitude is extended to life, where is your maturity?
So we can get Viveka, Vairagya, all of that also.
Without that also, yeah.
With and with, okay.
Yeah. Whereas you take one of my students, one of the finest, he was not exposed to any this thing like that. He grew up in a UP village where none of these things were there. The school teacher, after school, would ask him to take his cows for grazing and things like that. Okay. Pure party, etc. Forget it, he has never done anything in his life. Ramakrishna, etc. are only stories and names here. In his village where he grew up. Okay. If he was alive, he would have crossed 100 now. Okay. Talking about that. Nothing of that sort. Then he joined the Navy. Every war that India has fought from World War II to 71, he was there, actively involved. He lost his son-in-law, both in that. Okay, both of them. Not embittered, not this. Desha Bhakti is strong. Maturity was high. He was my commanding officer. He walks into my class 20 years after the war. And the way he was picking up things, others were surprised. He didn't have all the Sanskrit words and all that. But the clarity of knowledge was very high. Very, very high. Why? What prepared him? Which puja part did he do that prepared him? Bhakti was there in him. Desha Bhakti was very high. That is why I heard this statement from a Pandita when I was making this comparison. He summed it up very nicely. That those sadhu log त्याग से प्राप्त करता है वो तो योद्धा लोग बलिदान से, sense of sacrifice. And that's how it is. Do what is necessary to prepare yourself. Get that qualification, come hell or high water. Now we have made a structure. Now since this is necessary, and most common people are not exposed to such conditions, such diverse conditions, we have created a structure. What is that structure? Okay, you live a normal life. Your likes and dislikes. So bring in worship, bring in some understanding of Ishvara, bring in some worship into your life. That worship is for 2-3 things. One is a sense of surrender. Have an altar of surrender so that your ego is in check. Because that is necessary for maturity in life. If your ego is not in check, and I say this knowing very, very clearly that many of my students are humble, but the egos are there very strong. This humble ego characters, I keep a distance or I confront them. Okay. So the ego should be under check with them. Ego under check means what? I don't call all the shots. I am not the last word in anything. Then Ishvara Arpanam Prasada Buddhi. So I'll be a learning person in my life. Things go right, I learn because Ishvara Arpanam is there. Prasada is there. Things go right, I learn. Things go wrong, I learn. In that learning, Viveka Vairagya will develop. You relate to situations, people, Samadama will develop. Get married, lot of Samadama will come. Lot of Dama will come. Better not say. If I say something, bada ho jayega. Right or wrong? Even if you felt like saying something, say it nicely. Upariyati anyway is Karma Yoga Nishtha or Sannyasa Nishtha. One of the two you can take it as. Shraddha, Samadhanam, etc. So, you create a structure by getting involved, but by the structure will work only if you are involved in life. If you are not involved in life, you may be a married person, but no, I don't get involved in it. I let my wife take all the decisions. I just bring in the money. And what about parenting? My wife does. I don't like children so much. I remain detached. He's wasting his life. Neither is he getting the joys of a family life or growth. Neither is getting. Because life is meant for involvement. Life is not a spectator sport. When you get involved, no more. I studied Vedanta. You should be detached. Vairagya is not detachment. Vairagya is objectivity. Asangatvam is emotional independence, not detachment. The detachment is the wrong word to use anyway. Vedanta. Yeah. You'll never find Puja Swamiji using that word anywhere. You won't find me. So with all this, Sampati comes up. I mean, you created a structure. May come up if the person values his growth. Mumukshutva minimum should be value for growth. If that is not there, nothing will happen. That's why I said, no. This person whom I knew was a priest. A priest means you are worshipping the Lord daily. When you do avahana, the Lord is there in front of you. In that murti, the Lord is there. That good a priest you are. We all say, agacha, yehi, all that. God is already there, but not manifesting enough. And priest does it, it manifests. And that happens only because of his tapobala, his sadhana bala. All right. Such a person, should you not be courageous in life? It should be fearless. Lord is with me here. I call the Lord answers. What is there to be scared of? But that guy also, I told you what happened in one of the incidents. I got a panic call from him. He's come, I'm scared. I said, okay, I'll land up. Kya ho gaya? If that guy has to be scared, there has to be something. There turned out to be something that I will just dismiss it. I say, Revadi. So it is not extended to his day-to-day life. The great priest, I respect him as a priest. Extension has not happened. That is the problem. I'm sure with God's grace, it will happen in time. That time it had not happened. So unless you extend it to life, Dharma also will not be. Everything is about living here and now. If you have been lucky, you have faced a variety of situations in life, then good. That you'll get ready faster. Provided your commitment is to growth. My friend General Suri fought 3 battles and came back stronger, more emotionally powerful, more loving, caring than ever before. But soldiers go and come back. PSTD, post-stress traumatic disorder. Or sorry, post-traumatic stress disorder. What? Are you getting the idea? You can be both. You can be either. Indian soldiers generally fall in the later category. That we come out stronger and things like that. Because Ishvara Bhakti, Desha Bhakti. You're not doing it as a job. Duty calls, I answer. That's it. That's how it is. Even though they may have started off joining the army, etc., as a career, this, that, doesn't stop it. Most of them, even the ordinary soldier, comes from soldier families, military families. Someone or the other is serving. So, because of them, again, so if you have that bhakti extended to life, then growth is feasible. Yeah.
Want to say something? Yeah. I want to say something.
Yeah, please.
I was in LA, Los Angeles, doing yoga. I had few young students. They were on individual. And I saw one thing that they will make friends online, but never out. They would say, "Sir, totally out with the house." So I asked them, "Are you not people with people? And are you not like this? What do you do?" I go out, then I have to reach. Yeah, like I just shut down.
Very interesting point she has made. Maybe you all didn't hear it. That he met people who only will make friends online. Okay, online, the relationship is superficial. Whether even you're making friends offline, you have to listen to their emotions, what hassles they're going through. I mean, what friendship if you don't talk all this? If you don't talk all this, you're just a party friend, nothing more. But I don't want to listen to all this. I don't want drama in my life. You are a drama queen yourself. What about that? Oh, bhul gaya kya? You can be a man and still be a drama queen, okay? So only online friends.
They were all on antidepressant.
They themselves are on antidepressive, etc. But I'm into yoga. What yoga? What about your kleshas not taken care of? You think bending forward and touching your toes will take care of your kleshas? You're very good in that. You can sit down and touch your toes, which I can't do. Not only that, I can put my head to the knee. Forget that. I can part my legs and put my knee to the floor. Very good. But that doesn't make you a yogi because your kleshas are there. Antidepressants you're on. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Mastery of the mind is yoga. If that mastery has not happened, what type of a yogi are you? You're a bhogi. But Swamiji, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, I'm very disciplined. Yeah, but you like the bhoga. You're bhogi, all right, because you're depressed. I mean, depressed is not a bhogi. You're so identified with emotions, then what you went? Karta bhokta. That bhogi I'm talking about. नहीं होता है. Okay. People think I've digressed, but it's not digressing. It's connecting up the next section that we're going.
Which page? Which page, Swamiji?
We have to do 54, but I'm summing up 53. He had said, coming back to the first question, that Sesa Sesha Bhava is here because Phala Bheda, difference of Phala, result. Avyohi Dharma. Dharma is to come in the future. Brahma Jnanam is right here. Phala Hetu Bheda. For Hetu, there is a Bheda. How the Phala is caused? Phalam is caused by karma, here only Jnanam. Adhikari Veda. One is Arthakami, the other is Mokshakami. Adhikari Veda is. Jijnasa Veda is how the Vichara is to be done. That Veda is also there. So fivefold Veda is there. Therefore, one does not become part of the other. That we saw elaborately last time also. Tasmat Ata Shabde. Yathokta Sadhana Sampati Anantaryam Upadesh. Therefore, after having gained the sadhana chatushtayam, then you come to Brahma Jignasa. All right, then what is the second Atha? First Atha is strong Tha, Mahaprana. Second one is simple Atha. What does Atha stand for? Is Atha Shabdu Hetvartha. Is in the terms of putting a cause. Hetu. What is the Hetu? Yasmat idam eva Agnihotradi Shreya Sadhananam Anitya Falatam Darsheti. Now look at it. Here is a Shraddhalu person who has followed the proper path, their tradition. Not champions like me. लोग तो सब कुछ किया है. And then we developed a Viveka Vairagya and came to Vedanta. He walked on the wild side. And this man, proper. Agnihotram, this, that, everything he has done. And for him, he says, okay, he says, Agnihotradiyanam Traya Sadhana. They are all good sadhanas to do. But Anitya Phalam Darshi, they will hang on thinking that this will give me moksha. You know, you have in Hindi bhajans also like that. काम करते रहो नाम जपते रहो दया आएगा उनको कभी ना कभी दास पाएगा दर्शन कभी ना कभी नारायण नारायण himself says ये क्या पागलपना है वो आश्रम में बैठ के सत्संग में ये गा रहा है and whole day the teacher has been teaching him about me that emotional attachment to what you're doing is good thing. Nobody says Agnihotra is something bad. अच्छा ही है. Your worship is good. Let it come from you. Don't stop it. Keep it going. Okay. But he says, Nitya Phalam Darshayati. Because is the Shastra Vihitam. Shastrena Vihitam. It has been said by the Shastra. The same Shastra has to show that with respect to moksha, it is powerless. Therefore, there are statements like that. Yata iha karmachita lokaha kshiyate tasya amutra punyachito lokaha vikshiyate. Like how here, karmachitaha loka. Things that I have achieved, lokaha anubhuvyate. Whatever you experience is called a loka. Can be money, wealth, house, this, that, whatever. Karmena chitaha, which you are governed by karma. Kshiyate, it is lost in time now. When you moved into the house, it was very nice here. After 10 years, now some repair work has to be done, some renovation has to be done, this has to be done, that has to be done. After 30, 40 years, abhi redevelopment karne ke. Or let me sell and move out of this. Redevelopment is a big headache. We sell it and move. Karmajita lokaha kshiyate. 20 years back, this guy had 1 crore in the bank. He thought he was rich. Retired. Abhi 1 crore will give you what? Bare sustenance. Returns from that 6% interest. You just, okay, you can manage to. Value goes off. Inflation takes over. Karmachita loka. My baby. My baby is saying, go fish now. I'm separate entity. I'm traumatized by your upbringing. Hey, I did the best I knew. I mean, no mom or my dad deliberately wants to traumatize the child. Unless you're sick, that's it. But the child feels like they're now what to do. Karmachitaha lokaha kshiyate. There is a spin-off from Big Bang Theory called Young Sheldon. I think all mothers should have a look at that. It shows Sheldon's mother's struggle to let go of her growing son. Very nice. Very nice. The struggle to see is very good. So, karma jitaj loka kshiyate. Tasya amutra, hereafter, punya jitaha lokaha. Loka that has gained the punya. So, punya has been gained by karma. By karma I gained punya. The punya went to heaven. Yate kshine punye martya lokam vishanti. They may be punya karmas, agnihotradi karmas. Whatever you gained by those karma also, kshiyate. Yat kshiyate tanna mokshaha. There is not moksha. Mokshasya nityatva. Moksha is nitya. Therefore, whatever kshiyate, not. This is important to highlight this. Highlight the fact that karma, even your Vaidika karma, will not give you moksha is important. Nata Shabda is part of it. The job of Nata Shabda is to highlight this factor. Because somewhere we emotionally cling to that. Like I met one gentleman. He says, I like your Guru Bhai. I said, which one are you talking about? No, he holds you in respect. Swami Omkarananda. I said, yeah, Omkarananda is a very good teacher. Vedanta teacher. No, I also like him because he doesn't do so much of, he was a priest before and things like that. Therefore, he's familiar with all the karma. I said, he was a priest and he has taken sannyasa, he's not doing any of these karmas now. Can you not understand from that? Because he was a priest before he becomes a better Vedanta. Sureshwara wrote Naishkarma Siddhi. That way, karma you are not going to get it after because he was a karma before. That'll be the next XP loop. Why? Because necessary. But we have this tendency to judge a person by his past and things like that. That's not the concern here. Here the concern is that emotion, attachment. There is a very interesting story here. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, big name in the field of Vedanta, right? Vivekananda's Guru, or kya mante? He was trying to understand Advaita well, struggling with it. Nahi hota. So his Guru Totapuri came to him. Okay? So, I'm not getting my rootedness, nishta nahi. Samadhiyate, nahi, my mind not getting into that. अच्छा अब क्या साधना करता है रोल मॉडल साधना that he's doing because Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did a huge amount of sadhana, various sadhanas. Once he was doing Hanuman Upasana. When he was doing Hanuman Upasana, he is actually living in a tree, eating only the fruits and the leaves from them, nothing else. Katora sadhana, great sadhana. tomorrow morning, Brahma Muhurta time, 4 o'clock. Meet me at the Ganges banks. Ramakrishna was thrilled, saying, "Abhi kuch naya sadhana." And bring your Lala with you. Is to worship Krishna in the form of a child. We also call him Laddu Gopal and everything. So Lala, bring your Lala with you. Okay. Your Lala is there? Take him in your hand and walk into the Ganga with walk there in chest deep water. Now, drop your Lala into the river. Yo, Lala into the river. Yeah. Your bhakti that got you to Vedanta now is becoming your condition. You're holding on to one form. Instead of understanding the totality, you're holding on to the form. Drop the form. With tears in his eyes, Ramakrishna does that. He walked out as a Paramahamsa. Okay. Because this is a problem. That karma orientation is so high. If this happens to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, what about champions like you? Where could because I have not done that karma, so it's not a problem. Not that I have not done, I still do. Doing is one thing. Thinking that will give you moksha is another thing. Because the Lord plays tricks on you. For me, in my case, the Lord has played a trick. The year after I took sannyasa, from Mookambika, Sri Yantra, Meru came to me. Narayana. Abhi Kuladevi has come like that, means I have to offer some worship. So I said, please be here, okay? I will do 9 times I'll offer. That's all I can do. I can't do the whole Sri Vidya Upasana and everything. Already taken sannyasa. Devi is happy with that. The year after that, from the Gandaki river, Shivalinga, and another linga type this that is used for Gopala Puja. Vishnu. हम आगे अतिथि रूपेण अभी क्या करेगा? Third, some abhishek, milk. That's all. Nothing more. Lord is happy with that. You think you'll get moksha with that? Moksha sadhanam for my students will come from that. With their grace, ashram ready. Okay. That will happen. Nothing more. That's a big thing. But remember, moksha will not happen by that karma. Like among the upasanas, that Pauranic thing, Sri Vidya Upasana is a big thing. It takes you 15, 16 years actually to complete the upasana. From Dwadasha, you have to go up to Shodashakshari, etc. You know, each mantra, there are half a dozen mantras. You have to do mantras for that. So many lakh times you have to chant and all that thing. 15, 16 years. I know I have, generally women take it up. I have a couple of lady friends who have done this. But moksha nahi mila unko usse. They still came for the learning. All right. And not only that, Tata Brahma Vijnana Param Purushartham Darshayati. Not only that, you also have to make it very specific that Brahma Jnanat Parama Purushartham. That causative relationship also you have to. Brahma Vidapnoti Param. Brahma Vidapnoti Param. Yeah, Brahma. The knower of Brahman gains that absolute. Names that Staitriya. Brahma Vid Param Apnoti. No Brahman, you gain the Parama Purushartha known as moksha. It has to be shown. Tarati Shokam Atmavid. The knower of the Atma goes beyond all sorrow. Therefore, those type of statements become important. Making it very clear that by karma you are not going to gain it. By jnanam alone you are going to gain it. The Shabda is meant for that. Ata Shabda also implies going to the Guru. Tasmat vijnanartham gurumevapi gacchayet. Kshotriyam Brahmanishtam. Atha implies that also. मगर अच्छा ज्ञान मिलने के ना मैं पढ़ लेगा ना अभी वीडियो में है ना समझिए I'm a student through videos रवा दे yeah videos student you can be it'll work provided at least once in a way you meet up and come for some camps etc where you have some immersive experience then it'll work not otherwise okay? So Brahma Vidapno Guru Maivavi Gachet what type of guru also is said Shotriyam Brahmanishtam etc to be well versed in the Shastra. If he is not well versed in the Shastra, means of communication are not. Even after coming to the Shastra, people tend to categorize it. This is non-categorical understanding. Upadeshanti tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya Upadeshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshanam. Gita. Go to this. Do seva in terms of understanding, questioning, and understanding. Doing vichara. Do that vichara. Therefore, Hatha Shabda is indicative of that also. It is turning your direction from doing to knowing. That Hatha Shabda becomes important. That's why Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannanantaram Brahmeva Vigachet. That's the meaning. Atha Athato meaning this Shastra Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannantaram Shastra Vicharartham Gurumeva Vigachet. Go to a Guru. What type of Guru, etc. That what should your relationship with the Guru? That's also important. You go to the Guru. Swamiji, please give me a mantra. But that's what are you doing in that? Going back to square one. Itna mantra mila hai aur ek mantras you are doing. You want one more or what? One will do the job. I got blessing from this Guru. I got blessing from that. Acha hai. But the Guru you go for another thing. This is my daughter-in-law. Please bless her with a child. Narayana, please don't. He expecting me to do. Not that you can't help out. You can. Because they come. Guru is compassionate. Like this couple was my friend. Couple was friend. But the mother-in-law, Swamiji, I went to their house for dinner. My friend said, hey, come home for dinner. I said, okay. They're very clear, it's not Bhiksha. But the mother-in-law, तो दोनों का शादी नहीं हुआ अगर शादी हो गया इतना साल हो गया so many years have passed no child please bless them I know their lifestyle I know what is causing the issue I said both of you really want to have it go for a holiday and come back mother-in-law ने क्या हाँ हो जाएगा जी we can't take long breaks 3 days 4 days तरह जाके and for the mother-in-law said Mathura there is a Shiva temple उधर भी जाके दर्शन करके they got a child मुझे आपका तो वचन से बहुत कुछ नहीं हो गया I knew they were both were working, both were stressed out, and both are healthy. I know that both of them have gone for their test and everything was normal. But getting pregnant is a very funny thing. Some small stress here, etc., can throw it out. So they went to the holiday, relaxed up, Mehtaran, no, what do you call, vehicles, everything's a great place to be, a lot of greenery. They walked up to the Shiva temple, came back, nice. They had their healthy relationship, physical intimacy, everything. They came back. Nothing else, okay? नहीं वो तो गुरुजी ने कुछ प्रसाद दिया वो प्रसाद खाने से It's all here. And the Guru recognizes that he has a problem. Hey, that's why you do it. But the mother-in-law still believes. The couple I explained how it happened. They are my friends. Mother-in-law still believes. Era chamatkar. क्या करें? That's why I don't do too much of these things, because wrong reputation you get. तीर्थ यात्रा भी नहीं ऑलरेडी तीर्थ यात्रा तो नहीं होता था. तीर्थ यात्रा can be stressful, as those of you who went to the Kumbh found out it is stressful. For that you the Guru, not for these. Yeah, if there is something blocking you from understanding the truth, the relationship or a work issue or something, that you discuss with the Guru is a different thing entirely. Because what is the purpose? You discuss these things, you tackle these things, so the mind is free for all this. That's a different thing. That's part of getting that adhikari. Because nobody comes to Vedanta 100% adhikari. The Guru helps you to refine those. That's part of the game. Some amount of refinement necessary is done. Yeah. But you don't go to the Guru for anything else. Why am I saying this? Because people do this. There was a great wise person near Bombay called Vajreshwari, Swami Nityanandji. You go to his Udupi hotels, you see his photograph. Mystic, great sadhu. Swami Chinmayanji took a whole delegation of us to meet him. What a wise person is like. Okay. And great tapasvi he would sit in Samadhi. There's an ash, there's a little dhuni. He was an avaduta. So avadutas will keep a dhuni burning in front of him. Someone will come, prostrate and go. Suddenly he'll open his eyes. Why? The prarabdha of that person that made him open his eyes. He'll say, Swami, eyes. He'll give some ashes, he'll give some leaves. Hello. 3 दिन रहो इधर, कुंड में स्नान करो, गाय का दूध पियो. In even cancer being cured. I know, I knew Swami Nityananda. And he had a disciple who had a samadhi before him. People would come to him. Swami ji, आज मटका का नंबर कौन सा मिलेगा? कौन सा आएगा? Many of you don't know what mटका number is. Or you all know. It is a way of gambling that is very popular in Bombay once in a way. At the end of the day, someone would draw from a matka pot numbers. So 3 numbers. What is, they wanted that from him. And he was so compassionate, he would give it also. And a lot of people made money by doing it. Until Swami Nityananda came to he stopped him from doing it. This compassion should have some limits. Should not go to adharmic activities. Huh? By this, one of my father's friends had it. Just गाय का दूध पियो, कुंड में स्नान करो 3 दिन. Yeah, put these ashes there regularly and some leaves he gave. Hello, 3 days. It is his tapobala that caused it. And that guy's prarabdha, both together. It just clicked together. It worked out. Because he opened his eyes when that guy came in front. And others before him didn't open his eyes. After 2, 3 remaining day, he has not opened his eyes. So there is a prarabdha involved, there is this involved. So, what are you going to Guru for? The Vijnanarthi. So, the Ata Shabda indicates direction. After gaining sadhana chatushya sampannam, understand very clearly that karmana na moksha. Brahma jnana deva parama. These two things have to be very clear in life. And then savijnanartham guru meva. Okay. Therefore he says, ityadi tasmat. Tasmat yatokta sadhana sampatti anantaram brahma jignasa. Therefore, after having gained the sadhana chatushraya sampanna, you go to your guru and do brahma jignasa. Brahma vichara. Because without that is not going to work. Why vichara? Because shabdatmakam form of words. And it is important that you understand. Therefore, some amount of analysis, etc. is necessary. A pramana need not be logical, it is beyond logic. Your Brahman is beyond logic. It's not dependent on logic. Tattvamasi is not dependent on logic. So Mahavakya. Tattvamasi. Enough. Okay. But as a human being, I have to understand it. So for my understanding, I need a lot of logic, etc. That's a vichar. But that can't be done independent of the. It can't be done independent of the thing. Independently by yourself, you can't. Shastrajñopi swatantrena brahmanveshanam na kuryat. Even though you are a shastrajña, meaning you have grammar with you, Sanskrit, grammar, nyaya, everything you have with you. Independently, brahma anveshanam na kuryat. Don't independently go into the shastra. Why? Because there is a certain unfoldment here. The shastra, through finite words, have to reveal the infinite. Through known words, have to reveal the unknown. If the Brahman is infinite, I cannot use an infinite word. All words are finite because I have to say it. Truth defined is truth defined. Therefore, no amount of words can give you the truth. All right. So what should I do? Stand up on my head or what? That's why the methodology, the sampradaya of teaching is that through finite words, you reveal the infinite. Known words, you're revealing the unknown. Can I use unknown word to reveal the unknown words are what? Can you give me an example of an unknown word? Because the moment you say it's a known word, the unknown word doesn't exist. Won't reveal the truth. Known words, table, chair, man, woman, are known words. So you have to use the known words in an uncommon sense. You have to redefine words and reallocate words and use it. That's why Swatantrena na Kuriya. Therefore, Ata Shabda indicates all this. One word, small word, Ata, 2 letters, indicates all this. Okay? The necessity. First, completely negating the fact that karma can give you moksha. Second, highlighting the fact that moksha is gained by knowledge alone. Third, the necessity of a teacher. So, vijnanartham guru meva vigachet, important. Because if these 3 things are not there, you will fall in for anything mystical. Anything mystical you will fall for. What is mystical? Karmana na moksha, jnane neva tu moksha, and the need for shastra and guru. No, that is different. That's different. Yeah. This you need. Ata Shabda indicates all this. Yeah. Otherwise, anything mystical will fall for. Go to the website. Mystic Lotus is not there today. Yeah. I think she's got a program today. Mystic Lotus is run by one of my students, Nidhu Kapoor. Find a supermarket of all sorts of stuff. We'll have to make a living in. So once I confronted her, I mean, sir, Swamiji, this is only to make a living. For my spiritual growth, I come to you. At least that is clear. That is not going to give you moksha. Good. But there are some good things also on it. Like there is a Christopher's blog on that, which is good about prana and the healing and all that. That's a good part. The good things are also. But just because something is good doesn't mean it'll give you moksha. That's why he said, even though it's Shreyas, Shreya Karma, Agnihotradi, Shreya Karmanam api moksham. You are hypocritical. All these are good things to do. No? Good things to do. I'm only saying it's not going to give you moksha. And what do you want? If you want good things, stick to that. Yeah. You'll get good things, you'll get beautiful things, everything. Yeah. Beautiful things also. I'll tell you, very simple. Sadhana will take you only 20 minutes a day. All the beautiful things will come to you. Don't come and tell me afterwards it's too much for you to handle. It will become too much for you to handle. I'm not joking. Whether you are a man or woman, it will work. But that doesn't mean moksha is there. So the Atha Shabda becomes very important. Taking attention from all of that to this. To Vedanta. Then after that, we'll go into what is Brahma Jignasa. Atatum Brahma Jignasa. So the Brahma Jignasa still has to be explained. Only the first two words have been explained there. That we will see next class. But next class will be after 2 weeks. Because 2 Sundays, we are there in the ashram. The last Sunday, most people are traveling. So 2 Sundays, there will be no class. Class will be after that. I'll put up in the groups also. 28, 29, 30th. Yeah. So the Friday class will be on 28th. Saturday class will be on 29th. Sunday class will be on 30th. Between no class. Okay. So those of you who are here, have a great time. Have a break. Listen to things that you have missed out on. Those who are coming for the camp, of course, you get a totally immersive experience. Where is Surendran? I told him I'll tell him in some class.